Okay. So we'll talk on these fundamentals only. So how Buddhism is scientific? Let us be clear about it. Uh, the Buddha says the birth of human being itself is scientific. Means from your birth only the science starts. Viyana Pachaya Nama Rupa. Buddha says the Nama Rupa, that is your mind and matter. When you take a birth, it starts from Nama Rupa, starts from Viyanam, that is consciousness, and this is nothing but the science. Then the second thing Buddha is very much clear, that is the law of cause and effect that we call Paticca Samutpad. So what is Paticca Samutpad? Paticca Samutpad is the dependent origination. One thing cannot happen unless its cause is created. If there is no cause, there is no effect. That is the second scientific aspect of the Buddhism. Then the teachings of the Buddha are based on experiential knowledge, sorry. Why it is experiential knowledge? Buddha says clearly in the Kalama Sutta, you don't trust anything. Don't trust anything. Then what you trust? You trust only the things which are which are testable, which are logical, which are scientific, and you are tested by your own by own your research or own your experiential level. So that is the teachings of the Buddha in Kalama Sutta. Then you already know कि in Buddhism there is no God, no miracle. So we are very much clear कि whatever we have to do, we are responsible for that. The God will not do anything for you. So this is the first thing. So you are given the freedom total, and there is no fear of God for you. And these Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings, are so profound and so clear, so which are easily understood by the lay person. Those are the basic qualities of the Buddhism which are relevant. You can say that the Buddhism is scientific. So one by one, we'll go step by step how we can understand the Buddhism in the basic way. So the what is the scientific approach of Buddhism? So first fundamental things are found by the Buddha are the Chattari Ariya Satchani. So the four noble truths. So then you will say that that dukkha, you know, whatever in earlier philosophy also you have seen the dukkha, right? But see how the dukkha, then dukkha samudaya, dukkha nirodha, and dukkha nirodha gamini patipada. These are the four Arya Satchani. How those are developed or is an outcome of the research of the Buddha. We will see here. See the definition of the dukkha, which is the first noble truth of the Buddha, is very much deeper than the earlier definition. So earlier definition was कि, okay, whatever you want and that is whatever you wish and that not you are not getting that is the dukkha suffering. Okay, but the Buddha says beyond that. Buddha says the suffering is panch upadana khanda. So your pancha upadana khanda, that is nama rupa. So Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, and Vijnana. These are the technical or Pali names. We'll not go in details of that, but we'll understand the definition of the Buddha in a deeper way. So Buddha has defined the dukkha at the deepest level. He says your nama rupa itself is the source of dukkha. This is
Good.
number one. Can you please mute the other mics, please? So second noble truth of the Buddha is dukkha samudaya. Buddha says there is a reason of the dukkha, and that reason is nothing but the tanha. That is the trishna. That is the main cause of the dukkha. Then third is dukkha nirodha arya satya. Buddha says that this dukkha, this suffering can be destroyed. That is the third noble truth. And fourth noble truth, dukkha nirodha gamini patipada arya satya. So Buddha says that whatever dukkha is there is a specific way to destroy it, and that path, that the solution is nothing but the dukkha nirodha gamini patipada. So that patipada means the path. So these are the four noble truths that is discovered by the Buddha. Okay. Now, as I earlier said, how the Buddha has defined the dukkha in his language. So what he says, jati bi dukkha, jara bi dukkha, vyadi bi dukkho, maranam pi dukkham, appiyehi sampayogo dukkho, piyehi vippayogo dukkho, yam pincha na labati tampi dukkha. So what he says, कि birth itself is a dukkha, the sickness is dukkha, the old age is dukkha, death is dukkha, and whatever is pleasant to you, that is clinging to you, and the depriving from the things which are you are liking, that is also dukkha, and whatever the things you don't like and coming in contact with that disliking things, it's also a dukkha. And finally, he says, okay, whatever you say, whatever you say and you want that you are not getting, that is also a dukkha. And finally, he says, okay, pancha upadana khanda bhi dukkha. That will be seen later. Okay, now what is the cause of the dukkha? Is the craving. Buddha is very, very clear about this. Ki the yaya tanha purna bhavika nandi raga sahagata tatra tatra adinandini. So this is the second noble truth, that is the tanha, craving. If the craving is there, till that time there will be dukkha. If you destroy that craving, the dukkha will be automatically destroyed. That is the second noble truth. Third noble truth is dukkha nirodhagamini. Sorry, dukkha nirodha arisatya. That is the suffering can be completely destroyed. This is third one. We will go faster here. And fourth is Ariyo Attangiko Maggo. That is the most precious solution for destruction of the dukkha told by the Buddha. And you can see here Samma Detti, Samma Sankappo, Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanto, Samma Ajiva, Samma Vayamo, Samma Sati, and Samma Samadhi. These are the eight factors of your middle path. So this is the solution. Now, this eightfold path you can test at any moment of time in your life. So, in a personal level, you can check it at any time by following the eightfold path. So, briefly, if you see that what is eightfold path, and then we'll again see this how it is applicable. So, applying eightfold path in the personal life. So, first thing is ki you have to understand what is the solution. The solution is eightfold path. So, starting from Sammaditthi, so getting the Sammaditthi itself means that you have understood the path. Ditthi means the vision. So, once your path is clear, so you can walk. Unless and until you don't know the path, how you can walk? So it is said that first you understand the Sammaditthi, then the moment you understood the Sammaditthi, you understand all seven factors. So Sammaditthi is the vision. What I need to do and whatever I want to do and what is to be done, that is the Sammaditthi. You have to understand it first. Then Samma Sankappo. So Sammasakkava means once I understood the path, the teachings of the Buddha, then I have the determination, Sankappo. So I will walk on the path with the determination. Third is the Samma Vacha. Samma Vacha is the right speech. The right speech is divided into four paths. That is Parusa Vacha, that is Pisunaya Vacha, then Sampapalapa and Musavada. Means you should not speak the harsh words. You should not speak the what you call what you call chattering, the idle chattering. This you should not do. And musavada means you should not talk false or liar. So this is samma vacha and samma kammanto. What is samma kammanto? Is whatever I have seen in samma ditti, I have to take action. You have to work. What are the prerequisites to work on the path? That is samma kammanto. what are my code, what should be my code of conduct, how should I follow my precepts. That's come under samma kammanto. Most next is the most um, precious part is samma ajivo. Here samma ajivo is related to your livelihood, right? So livelihood itself indicates how to earn your um, living media or occupations, and that is matters. That matters a lot. How it matters, we'll see later. So this samma ajivo, your survival of media has to be based on the moral values. The moment you are deviated from the morality while earning your survival things, so you are out of track of your eightfold path. Samma vayamo means the continuously efforts to walk on the path. Samma sati is the mindfulness. That is how the mindfulness, whether I am walking on the path correctly, what is my conduct, whether I am doing the wrong things, whether I am mistaking. This is the sammasati and samma samadhi. Last is the samma samadhi. Now, the definition of samadhi, try to understand, is not closing your eyes and sit. Here, I want to say the definition that kusala chittas ekagata is the samadhi. So, just mere sitting and closing the eyes is not the samadhi, but essentially your mind has to be in a pure state, in the moral state. That is the essential factor. And those eightfolds leads to the destruction of tanha. Tanha means the craving, and the resultant is, of course, nibbana, nirvana. So how it is done? So many people surprised ki when you destroy the tanha and direct how you get the nibbana. So Nibbana means the Nirvana. What is Vana? Vana is the Tanha. Is the alternative name of Tanha is Vana. And when your Vana is destroyed, you get the Nirvana. So this is the meaning of Nibbana or Nirvana. So, first you have taken the personal life, how to walk on the path of the Dhamma in a personal way. We have seen the eightfold path in brief. So, that we are discussing very several times. So, that's why I took it in a very faster way. So, I hope you understood. But let's just take the main part now. So, applicability in the society. So, Buddhism for individual and Buddhism for community. Unless the Buddhism is used for community, how the society will get benefited? Ultimately, aim of the Buddhism is what? To how to live in the society, how to live with each other with the harmony. That is the basic purpose of Buddhism. If you are staying alone in the forest, I think Buddhism is not required. You can do your purification of your own self, but when you come in the society, when you can come live in the family, in the town or in a particular community, you require a community, Buddhism community, right? So we have seen the many factors. So I will just put out some just put here some factors where we can apply the Buddhism. So governance of nation, here we can see that the entire government is working on the your constitution, and the constitution is based on the Buddhism only. All the factors, that is liberty, fraternity, equality, justice. These are the fundamental foundations of our constitution, and that is governed by the Buddha's philosophy. We'll see some factors later, some examples I will give. Then you can apply Buddhism in law and order professions, then industrial sectors, in trading sectors, in educational sectors, and research and development. So many factors. You go to any field and you will find that the Buddhism is very much applicable. See how it is applicable. We have taken the example of industry. Why I am taking the example? Because I am very much related to the industry. I have worked with this environment for so many years. So I thought that this can be the best example to to show that the application of Buddhism in the industrial field or industrial sector, how it is important. So one by one, we'll see all these eight factors and how it leads to the harmony. Let us see. So samadhi. Now earlier we have seen samadhi for the individual. Now let us see the samadhi for the industry. Okay. So right view or samadhi means the right vision. What is my goal? What my industry is going to do, and whether it is wholesome. That is the first question should be asked by the owner or the entrepreneur while setting on the industry. We are starting from the beginning of the industry, right? So there only once you understand the path while setting up the industry and applying the Buddhism there, we are starting from the vision, that is the samadhi. So whether my industrial planning or vision is selfish, whether it is based on greed, I want more and more profit, or I want welfare of human beings. I need profit definitely, but at what cost? Not at the cost of the safety of or the welfare or the health of the workers. It should not be. The profit should be in the best way, in the best morality way, right? Then whether I am applying harmlessness, taking care of compassion. So these are the factors to be decided at the first age. So your right view is to be considered at the priority when setting up the industry, right? Then, once you have set up the industries, now samma sankappo. Now I am resolving the industry, resolving to comply the following things. So, what is the right result? So, I want this and this profit. I want this and this worker to be benefited. I will give the maximum benefit to my nation. My contribution will go to the each corner of my last person of my worker. So that is to be considered and that is to be determined. Not only thinking कि हाँ कर लेंगे बाद में देख लेंगे. It is not like that. So we have to determine it, and that is called samma sankappo. Accordingly, frame the action plan, resolve to provide and maintaining the infrastructure for safety, health, and welfare of the workers, and then only you can go further for the right action. That is samma kammanto. Now, whatever I want to have decided, now I will go further. Okay? So, implement the provisions as resolved. Earlier was the resolution, and now it is the implementation. Kammanto. Checklist for owner and worker. What are my responsibilities? What are the workers' responsibilities? And whether my workers are following that responsibilities, they are observing the guidelines given to them. Whether I am performing my responsibility as a owner, you make the checklist, monitoring, monitoring for stealing, fraud, and dishonesty, whether these factors are existing. So we have to monitor that. So this is the checklist as a Samma Kammanto. Then it is Samma Vacha, most crucial thing in the industrial field, most crucial, because there is a lot of interaction between the worker, owner, worker to worker, owner to worker, and owner to owner. There are so many owners, so many departments, so many administrative departments, right? Planning departments, so resolving department, action plan, then R&D, so many departments, and they have to have they have to have proper interaction with a healthy interaction with each other, and you have to take care of the four factors that earlier we have said. So those four factors were lying, dividing speech, abusive speech, and idle chatter. These are the four things. Okay, those coming under the samma vacha. So abstaining from, if we are continuing with that, there has to be a problem in the factory. There has to be a problem. Lying means you are not disclosing the dangers of the factory. You are not disclosing your agenda, your hidden agenda to exploit the people. You are hiding some dangerous things, occupational hazards. So we are not telling to the workers, right? Why you are not telling to the workers? Because if you tell, the worker will tell. If you tell that this particular chemical is there and it is carcinogenic, it is going to harm your body, you will get the cancer. So you are hiding that thing from the worker, means lying. You are lying with them. कि कुछ नहीं होता है. It's okay. You work the factory. On the contrary, you have to have a samma kammanto. Why? You have to take the preventive measures for the exposure and its protection of that worker. And you should tell the worker, see, look, if you handle this this particular chemical without protection, you will get you will get such and such problem. So this is the abstaining from lying. You are very much truthful to the worker. Then divisive speech, so the इसको what we call the चुगली करना. So the workers, one worker, there are so many groups of workers are formed, and they make complaints of each other. They have the chattering. They use the abusive words. Many times the workers among themselves use the abusive words. They tell something false information to the owner, and some they do lot many things on the violation of Sammavacha, and this totally results in the accidents and disputes and the total destruction of the fraternity. So we have to be very much watchful, very much vigilant about the Sammavacha in the industry. So next comes the most important factor, that is the Samma Ajivo. So what you understand by the Samma Ajivo, we have seen it earlier, is livelihood. Now we are in the industry, right? So livelihood of whom? The livelihood of the owner as well as livelihood of the worker, definitely. So worker का भी एक, the worker has some responsibilities. He has to work so carefully, so honestly for the entire span of period. If he's just avoiding his work, he is depriving, he is violating Samma Ajivo. He is not doing his work in a consistent way. He is wasting his time in chattering. So again, the violation of Samma Ajivo. He is absent. He is going again and again for the outside for passing his time. It becomes the Samma Ajivo. Some workers play the nonsense, means which are very much risky things with the machineries, and they damage the machineries. They make the machinery unsafe. It is dangerous for him, for other workers, and definitely it is a loss of owner also. So that is the part of Samma Ajivo, referring to the worker. At the same time, Samma Ajivo is a responsibility of owner also. His aim should not be the only earning money, but he has to take care of his workers in all the respect, safety, welfare, and other things. Okay. So that he's a human being. The worker is a human being. He should keep in mind. So the in this case, the Buddha has given so many discourses on this subject. So first he has Buddha has given the five guidelines. Ki these five that's professions, that five professions. One is upasakena akaraniya. The Buddha says these are the five things the lay person will we should not do it in the life, because those are very much violating the moral values. Number one is Sattva Vanijja, that is Sattva means Shastra, that is weapons, the trading in weapons. Then Sattva Vanijja, trading in living beings, and here also the prostitution is also included here. Then Mansa Vanijja, trading in flesh, you understand it. Then Majja Vanijja, that is the trading of intoxicants. So intoxicants included all types of toxicants, not only liquor. Please try to understand here. Buddha has told this thing 2,500 years back. Okay. Right now, we are seeing the things, the colleges in the middle class, higher class, even lower class, they are misusing some XYZ chemicals. I will not pronounce the name. And you see the severity and this dangers by everywhere. So that Buddha has told that time. कि Majja Vanija, how it is dangerous. And the last one is Vis Vanija, that is the trading of poison. That five things. Poison, you see the example of Bhopal, you know very well. How the Bhopal, by the negligence of the management, by doing the wrong, violating the Samma Ajivo, violating so many rules and regulations, hiding the information and all that, so many thousands of people killed like insects. And till today, there are so many people, so many babies are coming disabled in this world. Some are having no eyes, they are dilapidated, they are having the deformity, physical deformity, mental deformity at the birth only after 40 years. This Bhopal gas strategy happened in the year 1984 until today. Their repercussions are so bad. So Buddha told that time, Visa Vanija also to be prohibited. So these are the ajivo which are not to be taken in the uh, occupations, taken as the occupations that Buddha is telling. So this is very much explained in Anguttara Nikaya 5.11 in Vanijja Sutta. Vanijja means the trading. Okay. Some other guidelines Buddha is giving about the Ajivika, that is the Atta. Right now we have seen the Vanijja Sutta, then Brahmajala Sutta. So in Brahmajala Sutta, Buddha it describes 62 low qualities of professions. That palmistry, then reading the face, giving the forecasting by seeing the animals, crows, by crossing the cat. So many nonsense occupations are there, and the particular class of people. It is not necessary to mention the class of people, but they earn their livelihood by these 62 types of uh, Micha Ajivo or wrong Ajivo. So Buddha says these are, he doesn't say ki whether that palmistry is bad, palmistry is wrong or false, or they are telling the forecast that forecasters are false. Buddha is not saying about that. But Buddha definitely says that these are very, very poor qualities, low qualities of occupations. So we have to be very aware, and we know that. And Dr. Ambedkar has given these low qualities of occupations in one book he has published. That it's Sunken Priesthood. If you remember, you read that. So this Sunken Priesthood, that book itself indicates the Brahmajala Sutta and how the entire community is entangled with this. I want to highlight this. We are saying कि, it is not mattering much. So as we see that कि, okay, we'll not observe this, we'll not follow this low qualities of occupations, but the others are doing. So many, maximum part of the country is doing in the occupation, and they are followers. They are respecting such occupants who are doing such businesses, such professions, and they are destroying the total what you call the mentality of the people. They make fearful, and they will forecast and they will exploit money from that, and they will threaten if you do that, this you will get the happiness, otherwise you will have the suffering. So blackmailing is there in Brahmajal Sutta in this particular low quality of occupations. So Buddha made us aware, Baba Sahib made us aware कि we have to be away from such low quality of occupations. Then Digajan Sutta, Buddha is very much clear about the म्हणजे handling of the earnings or wealth. Here he says, the Buddha says in Anguttara Nikaya 8.54 Digajanu Sutta, whenever you earn the livelihood, you get the wealth, right? That wealth has to be kept balanced properly. It is to be protected. It's not like that, ki, okay, I am getting so much money, I am earning it properly, and I am storing it. Buddha no says no. You have to use that wealth for the social purpose also. You have to contribute in the dana. Some of the part should you should keep for the future, for the you call the insurance. for that purpose. At the same time, he says ki whatever you earn, don't enjoy alone. See the how the Buddha's guidance are there in the Samaj. Buddha says ki whatever you earn, you don't enjoy alone. You have to enjoy with your community, with your relatives, and that togetherness and sharing the wealth with the others. That is the best what you call um, part of the um, Samaj that Buddha is telling. And then Sigalova the Sutta, Buddha says in Digha Nikaya 31.1, the responsibility of owner and worker is very much specific about that. And that is related to our industry. Now we are going through the example of industries. So in Sigalo Sutta, Buddha is explaining how the owner should be. He is not explaining first the how worker should behave. He says how owner should behave. He says, Buddha says, owner has to first responsibility, he has to take care of the workers' safety, then workers' welfare, his salary. When he is sick, he has to give the leave to the worker. When he has problem, the worker if has problem in the family, owner has to take care of his family problems. eh, and he has to support in that way morally as well as economically. These are the responsibilities. It is in very much in Sigalo Vada Sutta. Somewhere it is Sigalo Vada Sutta, somewhere it is Sigala Sutta. Sigal is the name of the person to whom the Buddha is giving these guidelines. The Sutta is very, very big. So I took only the part related to the Samma Ajivo. And similarly, workers' responsibility also, Buddha has described there how to protect. He says, oh worker, you have to protect the wealth of the owner. You have to protect the machines. You have to protect his wealth, his respect. You should be respectful to him. He should take care of his belongings. You should not cheat with him. So these are the guidelines given by the Buddha, right? So this is all about the Samma Ajiva. I very much appreciate that this is the main part of the entire harmony of the community. So I've given more time on this. And please, I request you all to read these suttas. Those are very much available in Tripitaka. English version is also there. So those are very much useful for our daily life. So next is right mindfulness. So right mindfulness is sammasati. That is, you have to be vigilant every time vigilant. You are in industry, right? You are in working. Now the machineries are running. And if you are not mindful, you will not understand what is happening in your surrounding area. Awareness about the hazards of the machines. Any machine is making some noise. So you have to be very much alert. Or something is wrong. If there is a reaction, there are so many alarms are there, so many danger alarms, interlocks are there, trip alarms are there, right? There are many indicators, indication lamps are there, red lamp is glowing, variations in temperature, pressure, vibration, sound, these all factors are coming under sammasati. And even the alarms, the automation system works on sammasati. If worker cannot handle it so profoundly, so efficiently, so the responsibility is given to the alarm system, right? The digitization, this mechanization, okay? So the machine or that signals are reminding you, okay, you Mr. Worker, now this alarm is going on, means this is the danger, you have to be vigilant, you have to take care of that machine. You stop the machine or you change the machine or you repair the machine. You check what is going to make you further damage. You can stop there by sammasati, right? And if you violate sammasati, you are negligent, then that machine will get exploded. It will get damaged. The reaction will go out of control and there will be disaster. So that is the factor. If you look at the industrial accident records, now you will find majority of accidents are due to lack of mindfulness. There is a total sammasati. Many accidents, many I have seen in the power press machines. The workers are working on the power press, power press, that continuously it is moving in a vertical direction. The stroke is coming down and coming down, and you have to make the machines that uh, precision parts, metallic parts to take the shape. So if you are not mindful that down coming knife or the header or the punch will come down and it will hit your fingers will be chopped off. So the mindfulness, once you lose the mindfulness, there will be the accident, and it will be not harmful to you, but it is almost harmful to others also. It will that machine part will fly away also. It can hit to anybody. So how the sammasati is important in the industry, you just see here. Second side, last factor, even consumption of liquor intoxicants. If it is on the workplace, it will definitely destroy the mindfulness. Okay, you can understand. No need. If the drunken person is working, he will meet with the accident. Be sure about it. So these are the factors on the sammasati. And the last part is the right concentration, samma samadhi. And here we most of the people get confused कि industry में samma samadhi का क्या काम है? Whether the worker will just sit and close the eyes and work? No, it is not samma samadhi. The definition I already told. The definition is kusala chittasya ekagata iti samadhi. This is the definition given in the Visuddhimagga by the Acharya Buddha Ghosha. Means your mind has to be in a wholesome state with the full concentration. And in respect of industries, there are many countries where the workers are working in the Samma Samadhi with the right concentration, has the maximum profitability and maximum benefits and less accidents. You can see in many countries, no need to give the any particular example. And this is how your eightfold path can be applied to the industries, and I have seen it, but particularly giving some examples, which particularly in mechanical engineering industries, chemical industries are very much required this eightfold path, because in chemical industries accidents are not visible. We never know what is happening inside. Those can be recognized by alarm system by samma sati only, and samma samadhi is very much applicable to the mechanical industries where a lot of moving parts, lot of machineries are working so heavily, so vibrantly, uh, what you call, so many noise is there in the industry. We never know what will happen if I lose my concentration. We never know. So there we require samma samadhi, and this is how the entire eightfold path will take you to safe and happiness. This is the eightfold path applicable. This is how it is applicable in the industrial field. So let us come to the conclusion. I taken, I think, 1 hour, more than 1 hour. Okay, we'll conclude here. So coming back to the Kalama Sutta, what Kalama Sutta says, the Kalama Sutta says, that whatever things which are told by some other person, you don't accept. Whether you check it, the validity, whether it is useful to you, you have tested it, and then only use. Even if I tell you, don't trust it. You first test it, and if you are happy with that, you proceed. That is, thus it is scientific. The Buddha's teachings are definitely relevant very much on the Kalama Sutta. Second is the Buddha's teachings are liberty, based on liberty, equality, fraternity, and justice that we can see. I will give you the example of justice just now. These all four factors best are very much imbibed in the Constitution of India. So, so many suttas. There are 84,000 suttas. So you will not find any suttas which are giving you the guidelines of immoral things or which are not relevant to the liberty, equality, fraternity, justice. So all are related to that. Justice, I have just gone through one uh, Jatakatta Katha. Generally, what happens, no? Jatakatta, when you say, no, no, these are the old stories, those are imaginary things. These are the stories to be taught like that a storyteller teaches to the children. That is Jataka. We say like that, but no. Jataka are giving you the profound teachings. I will give the example of justice. Just now we have seen Mahasara Jataka. One our today's participant is Upasaka. She is there, so she has explained the Mahasara Jataka, right? Just a matter of yesterday's only. So the teachings in Mahasara Jataka are directly relating to Article 32 of the Constitution. How? In this Article 32, our Constitution gives the right to a common person to go to the Supreme Court to save himself. If he is not the culprit, he is not the victim, and falsely, if he is charged with some false allegations by some others strategy or there is some other offender or some culprit is different, right? And he want to save himself, and some innocent people are trapped. Okay, so this particular Article 32 saves you, that he gives the habeas corpus provision, so that the person who is the actual that person who is you are charging, means falsely allegations uh, people, matlab some peoples are falsely alleged and they are brought in the prison and they are kept. So such peoples are to be brought in the court for the investigations physically, and that is habeas corpus. And this habeas corpus provisions of the justice to the common innocent people are very well explained in the Jai Bhim movie. I think you please, if you have already seen the movie, it's great. But if you have not seen, please see that how the habeas corpus is giving justice to the innocent people, and this justice is based on the Article 32 of the fact of the Constitution, and this Article 32 is composed on the basis of Jataka, Mahasara Jataka 92 number. See how the teachings are so important, how those are applicable in today's life, daily life. You will. I was stunned how it is so. What a beauty of the Buddha's teachings. So, and you know about the liberty, equality, fraternity, applicability of those values in Constitution. You know very well. So, this is one conclusion of this today's observations. Then you see, Buddha says, Dve me anta sevitabha. Buddha says, you follow the middle way. That is, no need of going to the austerities. Don't relax so much, don't be so luxurious, and don't make such extreme trouble to your body and mind. So that is called the Dve me anta sevitabha. This is the language of Buddha. Pali. Okay. Then about the wealth, what Buddha has to say. Wealth to be earned righteously by the sweat of brew, protecting the precepts. We have seen so many things in the Sammakama Ajiviko. So here in that we have discussed only the things which not to be done. Then what is to be done? See here. Samma Ajiyuko has to be done righteously by the sweat of brow and protecting the precepts. That is the essential parts. And how much to protect the precepts, Buddha is leaving it to you. Because you'll say that every profession has some problems. You cannot protect 100%. So Buddha has given you the liberty, how much and how to protect your precepts. Thus, Buddha never says कि if you are in this particular caste or community, you have to do this business. If you are lower caste, you must do this business. No. Buddha says the essential criteria is the protection of precepts, moral values. That is important. And the honesty is important. Thus, right livelihood is an important antidote for destroying Varna system. This Varna system is very much, Varna system is giving the professions, the occupation as per their Varna. But the Buddha says it is to be decided by the individual by taking care of the precepts. This is the basic difference you will find. Thus, the potential to balance the entire economy. If just think over, if the particular community, individual of the community are following the right livelihood, so there will be definitely balance in the entire economy. And once the entire economy is balanced, your social economy will be balanced. The educational economy will also get balanced, right? Thus, the entire system, entire humanity, sorry, transform in the social harmony. This is the conclusion I wanted to tell you today. So we have seen that in two parts, Buddhism in two parts, two separate sides. Practice Buddhism in daily life and be happy. How you have to go, work on it, how to practice. There is an eightfold path. You understand it and follow it. At the same time, in the industries, practice Buddhism. You apply the Aryo Attangiko Matgo, Eightfold Path, and get the higher productivity, get the social harmony, and happiness for all. These are the two sides we have seen. So, Bhavatu Sabba Mangalam, be happy and be safe. Thank you very much. So, I will conclude here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for amplifying our knowledge on Buddhism from scientific point of view. From today's session, we understand ways to overcome dukkha, suffering, from different perspectives. The most precious solution on dukkha is the middle path. Also, the application of eightfold paths, how the violations of the eightfold paths can lead to the miserable mishap like Bhopal gas strategy. Also, the impactful information on Article 32 of Indian Constitution. I would also like to thank all the members who have joined online. Also, we would like to thank AIM Europe Belgium team. There are the more than 20 members have been gathered in physical at the Pradeep Dada's house. Thank you, everyone. And last but not the least, on this 2025, 26 April, we are having the Bhim Jayanti, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar's birth anniversary at the Live Dam. And the more information will be shared soon on the WhatsApp groups and on the Gmail. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for the impactful session.
Okay, thank you so much. You have any questions you can ask otherwise?
Any questions?
So, sir, not exactly the question, but I have comment that this is really a great insight to see that how Buddhism is still relevant and how it is so practical. So it does not teaches us to just follow the spiritual path, but also guides us through our day-to-day life. And the application is so simple. We can also apply the Buddhism rules in our daily lives. So it's really a great, insightful session, sir. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Mr. Chetan is there. He says, yeah, Javin Chetan, I am from Evershine AMP 66. Please send your number to me or say hello to me. I will put my number here 9821. 704. So, so Mr. Chetan, please call me later. Thank you so much. You can stop the recording also.
I think Pradna has raised the hand. She has some question.
Okay, Pradnya,
Pradna?
please tell. Pradnya,
No
madam.
question as such. Congratulations, sir, and very nice presentation. Excellent one. You have covered almost all the things. I would like to just add on. Can I, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah. All whatever you have already mentioned about judiciary system, all this Indian Penal Code, what we have, IPC, we say, na, it is all based on Panchashila again.
Yeah.
Na, Panatipata, Adinadana, Musavada. Okay. And then in Sonadanda Sutta,
Mhm.
Buddha makes him understand. Buddha style was that he asked the questions to Sonadanda Brahman and he only realizes and gives the answer. But it is not the birth, but it is all the actions. The karma is supreme to judge
Yeah.
any human being. Who's the